Hi, my name is Kathleen and welcome to Low Sodium Cooking. I thought I'd just make like an introduction video about what inspired me to make this channel and kind of my journey through learning how to adapt to a low salt diet and the changes that I had to make to make this diet work for me. First things first, on the roof. I'm just kidding, I can't rap. First, I got diagnosed with high blood pressure about 2 months ago, and I was already susceptible to it because my dad has high blood pressure, and I was really bummed out about it. I was like, I've never had high blood pressure before. Every time I get my blood pressure taken, everything would turn out fine, but it was like oh, hello there, you have high blood pressure. And I was so disappointed, and I was like, I guess now I'm gonna have to change my diet. So it wasn't like super high, it was just higher than it was supposed to be for a 22-year-old girl. So what I did is I immediately started a low salt diet and got to work on it. The first thing I had to initially do was figure out what has a lot of salt in it and what doesn't. And so basically almost everything that I was eating had high salt in it. I mean, I'm talking about my bread, my deli meat, my snacks. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna basically have to recreate a whole diet regimen for myself. I wasn't eating unhealthy before, but I wasn't eating the best that I could be, and because of that, my diet had a lot of salt, and the average American's diet probably has a heck of a lot more salt than you actually think it does. So the first thing I did was make a list. I made a list of everything that I was eating that was high in salt, and I wrote down alternatives to that. So the easiest thing to do is look at your everyday food and see, is there an option for a low salt version of this food. So one of the things that I found was low sodium bread, and I found it at Arth Fair, but then I discovered that it was at Kroger and I can buy it, and I got 10 sandwiches out of it, and I was so excited, and it had no salt in it at all, and it was healthy, and it was all natural, and it tasted so good, and it really wasn't any different from the type of bread that I usually buy. It doesn't taste any different, and I think it tastes fabulous. But besides that, I mean, my breakfast, I just started eating a cereal that only had 10 milligrams of sodium in it per serving, and then I continued to use skim milk, which is what I would always use. And then lunches, I made my sandwiches lower sodium. I bought low sodium bread, I bought lower sodium deli meat, which still has a decent amount of sodium in it. So if you can find a deli meat that literally is low sodium, not lower sodium, that's great. If you are watching this and you know where to find that, write it down below. That would be fabulous. So that was another thing. As for like vegetables and stuff, you're fine. The great thing about this diet is that you don't have to worry about your fruits and your vegetables. Fruits and vegetables do not have a lot of salt in them because they're all natural, and the only salt that is in them is salt that occurs naturally in nature. So as for buying your produce, you don't have to worry about it. When you go to the produce aisle, whatever vegetable, whatever fruit you like, purchase it, and it's fabulous. When you buy canned vegetables, though, you do have canned vegetables, or, well, just canned vegetables. When you buy canned vegetables, you just have to buy no salt added vegetables, which is fine because they basically have, I found at Walmart and at my local grocery store, Kroger, that they have every vegetable that I like to eat with no salt in it. But one of the biggest things that I discovered on this diet is that eating things without salt in them is gonna be pretty different. When normally you buy salted tomatoes or salted peas or salted corn, it's gonna taste different because you don't realize how much salt they put in things. So that's when I discovered seasoning. I was already, before this diet, I was already obsessed with Italian seasoning. So that was great. I got to continue using my Italian seasoning that doesn't have any salt in it because it's just herbs. And so I just continue to use that. But they have, if you go to your seasoning section, whether you're in Walmart or a grocery store, they have so many no salt options. I mean, so many, at least like 10. And now they even have like the value version. I'm back, my camera died. Like I was saying, they have a lot of no salt seasoning. That's really great, and comes in many flavors for basically any type of food that you want to make. So, I mean, they have zesty flavors, they have garlic flavors, they have like vegetable flavors, and it's really, 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 really great. And I'm really excited about, I got really excited about using all those seasonings. And so basically with those seasonings, I'm not really missing that much salt in my diet. And 500 milligrams of sodium a day is not a lot, and I still get plenty of food in my system, and it's just yummy and delicious. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and if you could subscribe and follow me on all my other social media, that would be great. My camera died again. Anyway, like I was saying, if you could subscribe, like, follow on all my social media, it's down below, and thanks for watching the video, guys. Bye!